be addressing that as one of its priorities?
As a matter of fact, Hill, that's one. Efficient energy and fuel, alternative fuels,
yes,
are one of the areas that this UN Debt for Equity program is focusing on.
What's the third point of your proposal?
The third point, naturally, is that we cannot achieve real, honest-to-goodness, socio-economic empowerment unless we have peace in Mindanao.
Okay.
And as you know, last year I spent quite a few times talking and listening to our Muslim brothers and Lumads and the indigenous tribes in Mindanao, listening to them. And there is an uneasiness among them that, in fact, there is a movement called the Independence for Mindanao and Sulu. Because the 25 million Mindanaoans feel that so-called Imperial Manila is treating them like second-class citizens.
Yes.
And I won't blame them. But hopefully that President Aquino can address that particular problem, and thank God that he made mention of it in his inaugural speech. And we look forward to having him craft a real just peace settlement in Mindanao, because I remember, what John Kennedy once said, if mankind doesn't put an end to war, then war will put an end to mankind.
Yes.
And really, I guess I'll take as a person, my eldest brother, I was assigned to Mindanao after Korea, and he received a lot of bullet wounds in Mindanao, and he finally succumbed, and I talked to Noni Solari. I talked to the SEMA group. I talked to quite a few of members of the Lumads in all throughout Surigao, Luzon, and Davao, and they yearn for peace. And certainly as a Filipino, I just don't want to transform that part of our nation into a killing field. Because let's admit it, we cannot, especially during the administration of President Aquino, we cannot let the dismemberment of the Republic of the Philippines by just not, giving attention to our brother Muslims and Lumans in Mindanao.
Well, let me turn to Noli, because he's the lawyer and he knows the Mindanao problem as well.
Okay.
What is your input towards that suggestion?
What I know, or what information I get, comes from our experts, our graduates in PhD from Mindanao. They are Muslim scholars. From the ambassador of Libya and almost all staff members, and the top leaders, military leaders sent by Libya as part of their international monitoring team, who obtained their PhD with us, and their dissertations are all about the problem in Mindanao. I have a checklist. There are about 5 thorny issues. The 4 issues have been settled already. The last one is the one that disappointed Ambassador Christy Kenny, the OA ancestral lands. That is the only remaining thorn to achieve peace, and then it will be followed by development. So they feel that it is reachable, and as you said, they yearn for peace. Even the MILF leaders, the hardliners, they want peace. Under the term of President Aquino, Noynoy, we will achieve this final peace. Then it will be followed by development. But then in the survey conducted by the latest head of the international monitoring team, it appeared in the survey that there is a foreign power who is not sincere in seeing a final peace.
Yes. Yeah.
Between the Republic of the Philippines and the MILF. As far as the MNLF, you mentioned Nurmiswari,
Yes.
that's settled. He stands for peace. And the agreement with them is already done. All these documents are in my office upstairs. So, Malaysia is the party
Yes. Yes.
that does not sincerely want to see a peace settlement, and in a joint meeting of the Manila Rotary Club and the Philippine British Society, I asked the new British ambassador
Yes.
about this, and I told him he does not have to answer it. Because the next thing that will happen when peace is finally ironed out in Mindanao is all our Muslim brothers will be united in demanding the return of Sabah to the Philippines.
That's the key. Yeah, that's the key
so
question.
that will really hurt Malaysia. So the peace in Mindanao will give birth to another problem. That's the situation there.
Correct.
And they are ready, to handle their own development. As a matter of fact, I have recommended to President Noynoy Aquino the appointment of 4 leading Muslim leaders in key positions in government. Because they are really friendly now. And in fact, Noynoy won in the Muslim areas.
Yes.
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 By a wide margin.
Yes.
I think he was also supported by the Sultan of Sulu and their followers. And that means people with the MNLF also supported Noynoy.
Yeah, the MNLF.
Yeah.
That's no problem.
So, when it comes to that, what is the remaining issue as far as the MOA or Memorandum of Agreement covering the ancestral domain? Yeah.
Yeah. It will be within the framework. It will be settled within the framework of the Philippine Constitution.
So that there's no fragmentation.
Yeah, and the key statement comes from the great leader of Libya, Muammar Gaddafi.
Yes.
He mentioned to the Muslim leaders, especially the MILF, that he does not want to see the separation of the ancestral lands from the Philippines. And he gave instructions that they should settle it within the framework of the Philippine Constitution and Philippine sovereignty.
Not to be very specific, therefore, autonomous region would be acceptable.
Yes, autonomous. Only it's not in our culture to accept the federal government.
Yeah.
But that's another solution.
Well, it's going to be a long drawn settlement negotiation then, because